Hiya! Welcome! As you know, if you've been following quite a lot of my music collecting videos, I am a massive fan of the failed, I don't like calling it failed, music format that came to prominence, or certainly came to exist in the 1990s, mini disc. And lately I've been wanting to get another mini disc player. I've got a mini disc recorder. It's the Sony MZB10. Nice little portable thing, but I do prefer that to be plugged into my hi-fi because it's just such a great recorder. I have taken it out with me, but for me it's better off staying in my hi-fi setup. So then I thought, well, when I want to listen to mini discs on the go, or if I'm going on holiday or away for a while or just on a walk or whatever, I just could do the little player, you know, something decent, preferably with all the accessories included, or if they're not included, I can source them easily enough on eBay or wherever. I was looking at the Japanese intermediary site, Buy on the Yahoo auctions and Mercari listings. There were some cheap mini disc players available, but a lot of them didn't have all the accessories, plus some of them weren't in brilliant condition. And then I would have had to factor in stuff like extra postage charge, Buy's own admin fees, and potentially customs and VAT when it arrives in the country as well. So I thought, well, just for the sake of a cheap player, that if it's from Japan and it doesn't work, it's not like I can send it back, really, is it? So I thought I'll look on UK eBay and preferably get a mini disc that, judging from the photos, is in really good condition and has most, if not all, of its accessories that it needs. And I found something. It was an auction listing on eBay. It went for, I'm trying to think, I know the total price including postage was just over £60, which was kind of more that I wanted to pay, really, but it does have all its accessories. It does look like it's in almost new condition. I'm sure it has been used. The seller had good feedback, and it means I can just unbox it today, get it set up, and then I don't need to worry about getting it to work fully by looking for inline remote controls or battery packs or rechargeable batteries or anything. Anyway, this is the box, and I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to try and do it a little bit differently today. I'm going to unbox it with me off camera, and this isn't something that I'm particularly used to, so if this kind of looks a bit crap, then I apologise, but I want to attempt to do this because I want to go through the whole unboxing, setting up, and then playing a mini disc, making sure that it works and everything, all on camera for you, because I think that'll be interesting if I can do it to some decent level of quality. So let's get going with this mini disc player unboxing. So here is the box. Like I say, I don't know exactly how well this is going to come off on camera. Let's get this open with a quick slizzle. I've got a tripod kind of in my face, really, and I'm not entirely certain it's even positioned in the right way. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments as we get going. But it seems to be packaged very well. Oh, a lot of things in bubble wrap here. Felt like something fell on the floor there. I think that is just extra padding. No, that was just a bit of cardboard that fell on the floor. That's fine. So we've got two separate packages in bubble wrap. Let's get these open. Start with this one. Now then, this one, I forgot to mention this. Another reason I liked this for the price that I got it at was not only was it a mini disc player, but also it comes with a bundle of blank mini discs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 used, and then one that you can see here, this TDK. One brand new and sealed. And that's fantastic, really, because I wanted to buy some more blank mini discs, and the fact that some of these have been used already doesn't matter, because you can rewrite over mini disc up to 1 million times before they no longer any good, so they basically last forever is what I'm saying. And that's a nice little mini disc holder as well though. What make is this? ABS. Oh, it's actually a proper Sony mini disc holder. That is really nice. That it's that chunky as well. It's got some weight to it. I don't think it's wood, but it's some sort of really solid plastic. That's really nice. That I didn't even realise that was an actual Sony product either. So that will give you a clue as to what the mini disc player is. I decided to stick with the brand that I know. On the Japanese auctions, there were so many other makes that I was familiar with, like Sharp, Victor, who we in the West know better as JVC, Pioneer, Iowa, all decent makes in their time for various audio products and electrical products, but I just wanted to stick with Sony. So this will be the mini disc player itself, and hopefully it will have all the things with it that I need. As we remove all this bubble wrap here. Ah, nice. Now, comes in a little carrying pouch here. My mini disc recorder also came with one of these. I think they're really nice. Just keeps it a little bit safer. So hopefully we've got all the accessories that we need in here. So pulling this out. This is the inline remote control. I've never used an inline remote control before. They were very popular on certain Walkman, particularly getting on into the 90s and 2000s. And some inline remotes, which basically you plug your headphones into it and then you plug the remote port into your mini disc player or your Walkman or whatever type of device it is. Oops. That's the battery holder dropping down there. Let me move this camera a little bit. So I wouldn't say I'm the best at unboxing items anyway, but especially when I've got my arms really outstretched like this and I'm doing it in this manner. Just put my knife away as well before I stab myself in the hand with it. So that's the external battery holder for the mini disc. This should have a battery in it. Feels heavy enough to. I'll show you how this works later. Yes, there is. I think I've got a spare AA in case this one is almost out of juice anyway. That's a Class Olson battery. You can't really see that. It's not coming. There we go. I'll show you how that fits on in a moment. So yeah, the inline remotes. These are pretty common on later era Walkman from the sort of 1990s onwards. And I'll be interested to see one of these in action because I've never used an inline remote before. You can get an inline remote for my recorder, but it's quite a basic one. Because really, my recorder is really supposed to be like a sort of business type machine for dictation, and also it's good for sort of field reporting and stuff. Anyway, the actual mini disc player itself, let's have a look at this beauty. Ah, lovely. So this is the Walkman M2 E500. I want to make sure that I'm getting it in shot well here. And you can see, very small device, nice and compact. It's got its controls on the bottom there. Important for me is that, if you can see just there, that says MDLP. And if I'd have bought a mini disc player that was too early in the mini disc chronology, as it were, then any of the long play mini discs that I've recorded, which means you get more audio on one disc, wouldn't have played. This mini disc player, I believe, was originally released in the year 2000. I have recorded some long play mini discs, as the sound quality I think is the same, but you get more recording time essentially. So an important thing for me when I was looking for second-hand mini disc players on eBay and Buy was to look for one that had the MDLP logo on there. But that is a lovely little device there. I really like that. So the options for powering it are thus. We've got the external battery there, and I can't remember the total playback time, with that, but I know it's like massive. It's something like 70 or 80 hours. And then if you prefer, and if I can find it, because this is something else that I'm not overly familiar with, if you prefer, you can, and I need to find the actual, I think it's here, you can operate it with a gum stick battery. Now then, yeah, there we are. Now then, this does come with its original gum stick battery. Look, they call it gum stick for obvious reasons. It resembles a stick of chewing gum. I forgot this came with this. These kind of age, this will be pretty much 20 years old now, probably, this battery. And if it holds a full charge, I'd be amazed. Plus, I've not got a charger that is compatible with this type of battery. But if I wanted to, I could buy a brand new gum stick battery. There's a good website, Vapex, I think they are, that sell these batteries, and I think the actual chargers themselves are pretty reasonably priced on eBay. So if I wanted to power it this way, then I could do. I'll be interested to know if this has still got any charge left on it. I've got a feeling it hasn't, because they've made a point of putting a normal AA battery in there. So that's great. So I'll stick that back in for now, and I'll just show you how this fits on here. So I've never done this before, so I'm hopefully doing it right, but this should just line up here. I think, no, wrong side. Is that on? I'm doing that on the right side, aren't I? Yeah, that's the only way it can go. Sure of it. Interestingly, it looks like it's got a little volume control on. I don't know if that is a volume control, or whether it's... I wonder if it's to tighten it. It is. No, that's clever. So this little thing here, look at that. The what looks like a volume control is actually, it tightens it so it doesn't fall off. So that's a nice feature, that. I mean, it explains why I was struggling with it. Brilliant. So this, theoretically, if it's working, will be all ready to go now. So what I need to do now is I want to get my inline remote set up. I've not even opened this yet, just to kind of... There we are, it just opens that lever there. I love Sony products. They just feel premium, don't they? Like, there's always an air of quality about them. So the inline remote will go inside here. You can plug headphones directly into there, by the way. You just won't be able to see like track data or anything. Like, you need the inline remote for that here. Get this plugged in. There we are. So I've never used one of these before, so you'll have to bear with me. Now then, look at that. It's the mini disc definitely working, because I can see stuff on the actual remote. Yep, no disc. So now what we need to do, normally it would be putting some headphones in, but I'm going to put a disc in. And the disc that I've chosen to do the tests is Retro Grooves Volume 2 by Anders Enger Jensen. So stick this in, if I can remember which way mini discs should go. Is that it? No. I'll figure it out. It's weird, this is only really the second mini disc player that I've used in over 20 years, really. There we are. Took me a while, but we got there. Oh, says disc error. Oh, that's not good, is it? Let me just try playing. Oh, it's on hold. Right. So now it's off hold. Will that make any difference? So I can hear it. Sounds like it's working. Yep, looks like it's working. Look, we've got the track name coming up. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to hear anything because I've not plugged any external amplification in. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stop that. I was a bit worried when it said disc error then for a moment, but seems to be working fine. Perhaps it was just because I was trying to play it while it was on hold mode. So normally you'd stick a pair of headphones in, or if you want to listen to it without your headphones, I've got this little thing here. It's a Juice Sound Square. I've had this quite a while. In fact, I've used this with my other mini disc player. I've taken it on holiday. It's got some really good sound on it, to say it's such a small little thing. It's mainly a Bluetooth speaker, but it has an auxiliary switch there. So turn it on in the middle position. If I can get the middle position right. I'm sorry, I'm really struggling. No, I don't want Bluetooth. There we are. So in the middle position, auxiliary. Ignore that USB end. Get this little end here. That goes in there. And then this little jack would go normally where your headphones go, which on this remote is it there? No. I'm looking off camera here because I'm in difficulty seeing while having my arms outstretched. Ah, yeah, just at the back here, look. So all we need to do now is test it and make sure it's working. So all the controls work fine on the inline remote. I'm just going to use the actual controls on the player for now. Now I can hear something, so turn it. Oh, that's actually track skip. Or fast forward, I should say. Right, let me turn it up on here. Because obviously there's no volume control on the Juice Sound Square itself. That's it. You can see. This is something that I need to get used to. These inline remotes are really good, but because I've not used one before, it's just something that I need to get used to with a couple of practices, really. But fantastic sound from this. I mean, that to me, I don't know how well it's coming across in the video, but to me that sounds amazing. It's filling the room, just this tiny little speaker here. So to skip tracks, so there we are. We've skipped to another track there on the remote. Sorry about all the glare and everything. You can see that it's got the track names on here. Let's do that again so that you can see another one. Mario Kart 64 Remix. There we are. This is a brilliant album, by the way, but I love Anders Enger Jensen's music. So yeah, everything seems to be working perfectly. It doesn't come with a manual, but that doesn't matter. I can download that off the internet. Just turn this down a little bit. Nice and small. This will fit in my pocket, and then, you know, if I'm out and about and I want to use my phone for filming or for phone calls, God forbid, then if I'm listening to music, I can just listen to music on mini disc. Like I say, I've got this fantastic bundle that's come in this little mini disc display holder here. So I've got plenty of blank mini discs to use now. And I think this is a lovely little design as well. Nice jewelled effect here. Walkman logo in the middle. Brilliant, love it. So yeah, there is other features, I think, like there's a certain type of play mode, AVLS, which is some sort of digital sound processing that I'm not overly familiar with. Presumably this has been powered by this external battery. Obviously, if you did get a gumstick battery, a brand new one, and you got the right charger for it, then if you could take this off, You won't get as much play time with the gum stick as you do with the AA, but the mini disc itself, the mini disc player, will look neater. But I don't think it looks too bad with this thing hanging off it anyway. It's still nice and small. Brilliant. I'm made up with this. I think for £60, yeah, it's not exactly essential, particularly not in 2020, but, you know, who cares? I just love this sort of thing, you know. I'm a big fan of retro tech, and even this, I suppose, 20 years old. Is this class as retro tech? Yes, I would say so, but there we are. So, to quickly recap, and I will try and make it quick because I know the actual unboxing and setup and demo took quite a while, and even in editing I don't think it's going to be particularly brief, so I won't be too long here. But to sum up, I'm delighted. This is my first Sony Walkman of any sort in probably about 30 years. The second mini disc player that I now own, but as a standalone player, this Sony MZ-E500, even though it's 20 years old now, works perfectly. I am absolutely made up, particularly with this bundle from this seller, as there's nothing that's missing apart from the original box, which I don't need, and the instruction manual, which if I need it, I can download it from the internet. Great that it's come with the external battery pack, as I'm pretty certain the gumstick battery, I would need to replace that, and I may do that at some point and get a charger for it. But I'm kind of happy using the external AA battery pack here. Nice simple controls. Obviously that was a very quick demonstration and I have never used this or anything like it before, so I couldn't really go into a great amount of detail. Marvellous that the inline remote control has been included, as sometimes these are missing from second-hand eBay listings as well. Sound on it, well, all mini discs sounds fantastic to me. Obviously, some equipment is better than others, but certainly when using Sony, I don't think you can go wrong, as they're just quality through and through, in my opinion. Really happy about this. This was just a lovely bonus that I'd almost forgotten about, really. All these mini discs here that I can use for my own music, my own collection now, including one that's not even been taken out of its cellophane. And I've got Anders Enger Jensen plus hundreds of other mini discs that I can now play when I'm out and about. So for taking this out on walks, on outings, on holidays, on trips, brilliant. It just means I don't have to use my phone for music all the time, which I don't particularly like doing. I'd rather my phone be used as a phone when I'm out, or if I'm filming, and obviously I want to be filming and not having to worry about switching between my camera and my music app or whatever. I can put all my music onto various mini discs and take this with me, and I just love the format. I know it's kind of niche, but there we are. That's me. Hope you enjoyed this video, something a little bit different. If it was a bit amateur in places due to the camera positioning and me kind of struggling to plug things in, I do apologise, but this was a first for me really. But I wanted to do a proper setup of this, as I know a lot of you will have not seen how a mini disc player works up close like that before. But thank you all for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers and all of my amazing, generous patrons. And please, will you join me next time for my next mini disc related video? I love it. Cheers, everyone. See ya!